go to Google and search for Tortoise SVN, and this first link, tortoisesvn.tigris.org, go to the download section and you can download the latest version, or if the latest version is not compatible with the operating system you're using, you can actually also download previous versions. There's a link somewhere here. Let's see for a sec. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. So you can actually click this link here in the older releases section and go to SourceForge, and it will list all the versions of Tortoise SVN that have been released in the past. Download any version that may work for you if those two on that website do not work. Okay, once you have actually installed SVN, the manner to use SVN is that the first thing you're going to do is open Windows Explorer, and when you open Windows Explorer, you will create a workspace, basically a folder. For example, let's say anywhere on the hard drive you can do this. You create something called translation project. I'm going to delete this for a sec here. The way SVN works is once you've installed it, when you right click in this empty space here, you'll see this SVN checkout. Now this term actually means is to bring the project from the server down to your computer. Similarly, check in or commit is when you update the server with the changes that you've made in this document on your machine. So as I said earlier, that there's a project called Playground. Now when you click this SVN checkout, this is the URL of the repository that you have to specify, and this would be the name of the project that you want to download. If you don't remember what URL it is, you can always go to falcon.webhop.org/viewvc, and let's say Playground. If you copy this URL, you can use Control-C for that, of course. You can paste it here with Control-V, but before you actually do anything, you go further, change this ViewVC here to SVN. Now type the name of the folder that you want to check this project into, and remember that this folder name right here could be anything. It doesn't have to be named the same way as the project. It does not. Again, it does not. You can name it anything you want. Once you click OK, it is going to download the data. Now before I go on further with this application and the tutorial, I would like to mention one thing, is that since the SVN was already installed on this computer, it has a feature of caching your password. What I'm gonna do, I had already cached it, that's why it didn't ask me, but if you go to saved data, this authentication data. I'm going to clear it so that you can see, and we're going to do this exercise again. SVN checkout, playground. When I say OK, since my credentials are not cached, it's going to ask me to enter my username and password. I can save this, which I suggest you do. Save authentication so that it doesn't ask you all the time you make a change or you commit or you download a project from the server. I suggest that you click Save Authentication and you click OK. It's going to download the contents of that project. In this case, I'm doing F5 so that it can refresh. If I go to if you look at this folder playground, you'll notice that there is this green circle with a white check mark on top of it. This is a sign that this is a working project or repository that you have downloaded to work on. If you go further in there, these are the contents of that folder. These are the files, the documents, and each one of them has this green check mark. Now, there are basically two things. One thing is that there is an existing document on the server that you've downloaded to make a change to. Another thing is that you're starting up and there is no document, or you're creating a new document. Let's start with creating a new document and uploading that to server. It's a two-step process. After you've actually created a document, say I'm gonna just type in something here. Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters. Save. I'm going to save this document in that folder that I checked out the existing project into. Now I'm going to call this file testing video tutorial. When I save it, it shows up in this folder because I saved it in this folder. One difference that you notice here is that there is no green check mark here, and that is because this file is not on the server. This is the first time that you've created this file, so it's not going to be on the server. So what you have to do is you have to prepare the client to add it, and the way to do that is you right click here on white space and you'll see all these options. Go to Tortoise SVN and you add. When you add it, it sets up SVN to add it, but it's not going to show up on the server until and unless you actually upload this to the server. And that process, as I said, is called check-in or commit. At the moment you see this add sign here, that means that you've added something but you haven't committed it. You haven't checked it into the server.